Hello everyone, this is Samantha with Tuned in Tarot. This video is for my Cancer friends, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, depending on what Cancer, rules in your chart and you're looking for guidance on, this message might be for you. This is a pretty new channel, so I would love any support I can get. Please click subscribe, share. I will be working on, improving my audio and video quality once I find my adapters for my proper camera and all that good stuff. So I just really wanted to get these out here, while I had the energy and felt the energy to do so. But so this is going to be for the first full week of April for my Cancer friends. So this is a general message, and as you hear everybody say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I've been finding that these messages get a little specific, and I really hope that everyone takes the time to really sit and think about how this might resonate and how it might not, depending on what kind of guidance you're looking for. But anyway, I did pre-shuffle these decks prior to starting this video. I will shuffle again after clearing the space, since we've set the intention for this being for our Cancer friends. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to hear 3 loud clangs just with these symbols. Okay. So we're going to work with 2 decks today. As I go, I will get better at posting what kind of decks I'm using, because I think some of these are pretty rad. We are going to use 2 decks, one for just like the general outline of the energy, and the other was to clarify how this is going to work. It's going to be 5 cards. We're looking at your first card is going to be your overall energy. Second card is going to be next steps. Third card is going to be your obstacles or challenges. Fourth card is going to be your strengths and resources. And fifth card is going to be your new focus or potential outcome. So, and like I said, we will clarify. We'll get into some details as we go, but so yeah, let's go ahead and start. So like I said, I did pre-shuffle, but I'm going to go ahead and give these a couple more shuffles now that we've set the full intention for our Cancer reading. This guy popped out, King of Wands, so we'll just maybe make note of that here. So we are looking for general guidance for our Cancer friends. I do like to have these cards pop out at me. Who doesn't? But I have pretty large hands. Not that I'm a giant person. I just, So we give them some good shuffles, and then sometimes things pop out, sometimes things don't. But one more. I freaking love this card. This general energy. High Priestess. 5 of Swords. We'll put these all here so hopefully people can see them. Kind of, sort of. Page of Wands. Knight of Cups, and 5 of Pentacles. I like to look at the bottom of the deck too. We have the Page of Swords, so Alright, one thing I like to do, as I've worked with some people individually, I say that saying that I don't really offer personal readings right now, but I do have some local folks that I do work with individually for readings. I like to have them take a look at some of these things, and then I'll ask them, or even just if they feel like that there's a certain feeling that speaks to them when they see these cards, to kind of be honest about it, because with general readings, we go off of the definitions, and when we're doing specific readings, it is specific to the person that we are reading, but with a general reading, it is kind of hard to do that. So be honest with yourself. If you're really wanting to kind of read intuitively here, that's how you do it. These cards have definitions, but when you look at these cards, the High Priestess and your overall energy, Five of Swords and next steps, Page of Wands and obstacles or challenges, Knight of Cups and your resources and strengths, Five of Pentacles and your focus or your new focus or next steps, that's going to speak to you in a certain way if, should this message resonate for you. And, I think that's really something that you need to pay attention to. I feel like if you're drawn to tarot for readings and for guidance, that you already have that want to work intuitively and follow that kind of intuitive guidance, which is something so special. In my previous readings, I've talked about just intuition and things like that, where everyone's excited about it when it's good, but when it's not good, that's when we start questioning it, when it starts to generate not a negative feeling, but a feeling that might cause some sort of just dis-ease, some just, we're like, oh, well, I don't really know, because I don't want to hurt, I think the big thing with these is, you know it when you see it, and you feel it when you see it, so anyway, I won't beat that to death, but so the High Priestess and your current energy, I love this card, and I always have good things to say about cards, but I'm gonna kick it to you straight. The High Priestess is a card of intuition and self-knowledge. This card is tied to the moon, so emotions, intuition, this really deep feminine energy, regardless if you're a guy or a gal, whatever the case is, you resonate with male or female, this High Priestess is a feminine energy. We can kind of go on with how the feminine energy ties into the moon and cycles and things like that, but I think we know enough about anatomy and female biology to know why they look at it the way that it is. But with this being in a general reading, it's just saying that connecting to the divine is an internal process. Your intuitive higher self can be channeled at any time. And it urges you to clear your mind and ask yourself, your heart, for answers you seek that The High Priestess, she knows, but she doesn't talk about what she knows. It's just something you can't talk about, you just know, if that makes any sense. It's how you define a gut feeling. So maybe some of you have really been working internally. If I want to look at this just first glimpse, this might be a very, personal reading in terms of it doesn't involve other people. It might, and we'll clarify there, but the High Priestess is in your current energy is saying to go within to your divine guidance and strength, and you've been either strengthening your intuition, or you've been working in that direction, or it's with it being in your current energy, it's really saying that you're kind of there. Whoever this is speaking to, it's saying that you have been making progress here. You have been focusing on what is the truth, the inner truth. As painful as it is sometimes, and as awesome as it can be sometimes, there's some times where this stuff is oh my God, this is honestly really what I want for myself, and be damned what everybody else says about me or wants me to do. I know my truth. I know what resonates with me in terms of what makes me feel alive and what doesn't. And it's a very powerful feeling to have. Doesn't always go without question, because that's just who we are. We always want to doubt. But anyway, like I said, we'll clarify the Five of Swords in your next steps. I feel like people have a lot of just hard things to say about this. It is a card of conflict and arguments, challenge. But with it being in your next steps, I feel like there might be some things that need to be said. And that's okay. Challenge and conflicts, that's part of all relationships. It's part of life. Everyone here on this planet is an individual, a definite, independent energy. And, life just doesn't happen without these kinds of things. So as we clarify, we'll kind of figure out maybe what that is. But it looks like with the High Priestess, some of your next steps is to kind of not really dish out, but really kind of be able to speak some truth here and bring into attention some items that might need to be discussed with other people. This could be yourself as well, but it doesn't change the fact that some next steps is going to be to address some things that are conflicting, whether within you or with a partner or a community or a workplace, whatever the case is. The next card here is the Page of Wands. Let's get a little closer here because I like his little tunic that he's wearing. The Page of Wands. Wands are, definitely a card of action. But with the page is really like a new sense of adventure, impulsiveness. This is an earth and fire sign. The Page of Wands is grounded and playful, someone who sees the world through a lens of curiosity. We're looking at this from a challenge perspective. This may be some new beginnings that are going to come that will require some additional work on your end to approach them in a grounded kind of way. Maybe it's, I think maybe it's saying to not overcommit yourself, because the page is really excited about shit. He's all about just not as fast as the knight. If you hear me say knights give me anxiety, pages are cute. They're cute. They have this really cute, this cute ambition about them. That's not really naivete, but it's just a cute little, look what he's wearing. This cute little hat, and this cute little tunic. They're just cute, and it's a really, I think maybe this energy for you might be something that might not be unfamiliar. It could be, but it might be just something you haven't felt in a while, and it is kind of challenging your ideas of maybe how you are or how things should be. But with this being in your challenge position, it could indicate why he is, and I say he because it's a boy, but male or female, I don't really care. But with this being your challenge position, it could indicate just the energy overall of the page kind of presenting just an issue for you, because with his energy, it's making you're not used to it. So now you're just you're wanting to be hasty or impulsive before having a proper plan in place. You might be overly excited about something. This might lead to you letting yourself and others down, or giving you or someone else a reputation of unreliability. We all do this from time to time. But with this being in your challenge position, I'd say maybe take on only what you know you have the energy to complete. This could relate to anything, like a child or a family, you know, like whatever situation is coming up in your life. I think with this being in your challenge position, it's saying, I know this might be really, really exciting, and it's going to be really, really hard not to just freaking dive into head first, but don't overcommit yourself with what's going on, or it, you know, it could be somebody else too, maybe acting childish or complaining about responsibilities rather than addressing the task at hand. And you know, right now I can't tell if this is you or somebody else, but we're going to move on and we'll clarify here. So we have the Knight of Cups in your resources and strengths. And, you know, like I said before, Knights kind of give me anxiety. I've learned that moving fast can be kind of interesting. But, you know, the Knight, they talk about emotional offerings, speed. With this in your strengths or resources, you know, there might be some offers or new projects or challenging assignments that get you excited for something. There might be somebody that is offering you some much needed support. There might be some good news on the way that help you feel optimistic. You might have uncovered a new source of inspiration for whatever your spiritual path or career, something new in addition to your everyday, or just helps you feel excited. I think with this, you know, with this being in your strengths and resources, there's something about this situation that wants you to utilize this emotional experience, this I mean, there's something here that is triggering something emotionally, something that maybe you haven't felt in a while, that's going to help you with whatever situation you're in. Like I said, whether it is somebody else with support, some sort of inspiration that is going to help you with whatever's going on in your current energy, we'll clarify. But it's hard to tell right now if this is you or this is somebody else, but I have a feeling this is you. This is you maybe doing something, really like searching for something, and you're in a different mindset, but we'll clarify here. In your new focus or potential outcome, we have the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is a card that talks about, overall, like it's focusing on lack, feeling physically or financially depleted, indicating the feelings of lack or loss, fears of scarcity. You might have been going through something, or, job loss or some sort of circumstances leading to lack of resources with the Five of Pentacles. This could be in your head. Or this could be a frame of just like, yeah, I'm doing things, but I don't really know how they're going to pan out. And I'm going to have this kind of like mindset of I need to see it to believe it. Instead of really creating that mindset of abundance while you're tackling it, like you're, I don't like this card, because I don't like the feeling that you might feel alone, or you might feel isolated, or you might bring yourself, whether it might not be internal, it might be a reality that you do isolate yourself, and we'll clarify. But I don't know, with this reading, the Five of Pentacles, You might be putting yourself in this situation of isolation. But with it, in contrast to the High Priestess, there's no way in hell that this is something that's wrong. I think this is a temporary kind of thing, or a temporary mindset, because, you know, with the High Priestess as your current energy, you're utilizing your intuition, and I will tell you, your intuition is guided by a higher power, and that higher power is for the good. So, let's go ahead and clarify. Well, before I do, let's take a look at these. We have a couple of things here. Page of Swords, Three of Swords, Four of Pentacles. I like to look at these bottom of the deck cards kind of as like almost like a catalyst here. You know, the Page of Swords, we got some pages here. You might be trying out some new stuff here. You might be just, you know, you're just coming out. I mean, the Page of Swords is just after that Ten of Swords. So you might be feeling kind of fresh. You might be feeling some new kind of enthusiasm. Some sort of eagerness to learn. I feel like I'm gonna stop repeating myself here. Something happened, and I can't really tell if this is somebody else's actions that caused you to kind of set yourself apart from this situation, because you got the Six of Swords which Six of Swords is man, it's just leaving a situation for a better place. And you probably left a lot behind, but I think, and we have the Temperance card here that came behind that. Something happened to where you were just like, yeah, I know that there's more here. I know I there's some truths here that I'm very aware of, and I'm going to go ahead and split. And you left it with a good freaking attitude with the Fool. I think, and you got Judgment here. I think that you've been very honest with yourself. I think you've been very honest with yourself. And I think you realize with that honesty, there's some good shit ahead. Page of Swords leading into the High Priestess. That's some powerful stuff. That's some powerful truths here. Three of Swords, Page of Swords, High Priestess. That's some, and the Judgment. You've been tackling some truths about why or who you hold on to and the reasons for that. And now you're just feeling, I feel like you're feeling uplifted here. And I like that. It's not to say there's not some things that need to be ironed out, but this High Priestess energy is pretty baller. If you've been doing some soul searching, this is the card that you want. Because this chick knows. This chick, guy, gal, whatever. But she doesn't have to talk about what she knows. And that's a pretty powerful place to be, and I hope you ride that. And I hope you utilize that. I hope what this is telling, like, and give yourself credit for it too, by the way. So let's clarify. I felt like that was jumbled, but I don't care. It is what it is. Yeah, I think that something happened, whether somebody did something. I actually do think that. I do think that. I think somebody did something that caused you to leave. I think it took a little bit of time. I think you felt comfortable in a place. You got the Nine of Pentacles. I think you felt comfortable in a place. And I felt you had to juggle a little bit more than what. I think maybe over time things started shifting and you had to start putting weight towards things that really weren't you. and over time it kind of weighed on you. And so you knew though, I think you knew that there's a better place somewhere. There's a better spot you can be in. And you were honest with yourself. And I love this energy here with the Fool. You're like, you know what? I fucking know it. I fucking know that there's something different. And I'm gonna walk into it with open arms. Like, that's a really cool release. That's a really cool release here. Like, super cool. Look at that. But, you know, Judgment here, that can be pretty powerful. I'm sure that you had some nights that were uncomfortable. Because, you know, understanding truths and fucking divine truths, this is the shit that's like, I know for a fact that this is what it is. I can try to build something up to be what, but this is the shit that calls out things for what they are. And when you have been looking within for that kind of honesty, it'll hit you right in the face, and you're just like, damn, like, yeah, that is, this is what it is. And overall, though, it's good. I think that you've been honest with yourself. So, you know, anyway, let's go ahead and clarify. I still don't know. I'm starting to feel like this is a relationship. It could be a partnership of some sort, but it does have something to do with I mean, when you're having to dig deep, you know, this isn't just your freaking weekend softball team or something, you know, this is something that holds an importance to you. And it's something that I feel like I don't know. I feel like you're ready to let go of. How about that? I feel like you were ready to let go of it. So yeah, I definitely do, which is cool. I like that. I don't like when people get forced into situations, because that's scary. So I like that deep down you were ready to move on, and you knew. High Priestess, you freaking knew. Page of Swords, the bottom of the deck, you knew. And it just was a matter of time, and I think that you had your shit together, because, you know, you had that Four of Pentacles here. I think that you were ready for it. Like, you didn't make any kind of, like, big purchases. You're maybe kind of saving your money. And you were like, it's like time to go. So, let's clarify here. Oh, she popped out, Queen of Pentacles on top of the High Priestess. Let's go ahead and pull these. Eight of Swords, fun! On top of the Five of Swords. Four of Cups on the Page of Wands. We got the Hanged Man, love this card. And especially for your strengths and resources on the Knight of Cups. And then we have the Moon for your new focus or potential outcome. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. Yeah. Yep. I believe that this is a Chariot, Star. I believe that this is a relationship. Something that you, and I will say, because not everyone's in a relationship, not everybody wants a relationship, but this is something your fucking heart was in. Yep. That's what I feel. And I'm going to stick with it. And I'm going to continue this reading. Yep. I'm going to continue this reading as if it's a very just deep and important relationship. Because that's how I feel. So, you have the Queen of Pentacles clarifying the High Priestess. And the Queen of Pentacles is somebody that is, I don't know, I might clarify this some more. The Queen of Pentacles is the High Priestess, male or female. This is the embodiment of somebody who is dependable, nurturing. Talking about like whether or not the quality of your life or the quality of supportive people in your life. Oh man. Let's see. This is water and earth. Love, emotion, material things, but I think you might have somebody that's close to you. Or this might be the energy that you're really wanting to lean on, and I might clarify here in a little bit, but something has this. I feel like your intuition, that path for the High Priestess was I think that you've been trying to connect with something in your life that I feel like maybe you might have been realizing that you have been neglecting yourself. So focusing on wellness, caring for your home. I feel like you knew that whatever you were doing was not in your best interest in terms of your overall wellness. Or your goals. It wasn't in your best interest. And, you know, let me look at this here. Let me see. Let me clarify some more. I want to do a new deck here to clarify. Let me give a couple shuffles. I almost feel like this Queen of Pentacles is you, male or female, doesn't matter. This is a nurturing thing of generosity and your current energy. Let's clarify for our Cancer friends what this Queen of Pentacles is, please. Let's clarify Queen of Pentacles. One more. Queen of Wands. With the Lovers. The bottom. Lovers, Four of Swords, Knight of Cups, Four of Pentacles. I think this is you. I think this is you. This is you. This is your mindset here. I feel like you know that you've been maybe neglecting some of the good things or the things that you need to focus on. And you're really trying to work within to focus on those things that matter. You know, Queen of Wands, you got two queens here, and I feel, I really do, I think, and looking at the bottom of the deck, I think this is you. The Queen of Wands is about ambition, creativity, stepping fully into your own power, your own ambition, allow yourself to take leadership and opportunities. With everything at the bottom and the Lovers, this is, you know, this is a path. This is choosing a path of divine love, a higher path, shit that makes sense in terms of a relationship, but not just on convenience, but because of a freaking truth, like of a deeper love that it takes a mutual understanding as to whether that's your higher self, and I think that's what it is with the Four of Wands. Knight of Cups again. Four of Pentacles again. Yeah, like, that's how I feel. This is you. You got into a new groove. Stellar got a groove back. Or Steven got his groove back. Whatever you want to call it, guy or girl. But I think you just knew that there were some things that had been neglected. And it wasn't making you happy. And so you have been working towards moving on here. And you've been waiting on the right time to do it. I feel like you were prepared for this. I feel like you were prepared for this. Let's look at the bottom of this deck. 8 of Cups. Yeah, you were prepared for this. You knew that you wanted to make a change. Yep. You put in a lot of work with whatever this is, and again, I think it's a really deep relationship with somebody or something. That's, yeah. Cancer, I do feel like that you've been preparing for this, and whether this has happened yet, or whether it's in progress here, you do know. We're looking at let's move on here with your next steps. We have the 5 of Swords and we have the 8 of Swords. A lot of swords here, a lot of truth here, and I like it. With your next steps, with the 8 of Swords clarifying your 5 of Swords, I think it's saying that you need to just get out of your fucking head, and you need to address some things that need to be addressed. So maybe this situation hasn't happened yet. I think that's what this is telling me. I think you might be building this up into something that's bigger than what it is. This person that's in your life, the situation that's in your life, they may already just have moved on without you, or they may just not have they might not be receptive to what you're saying, or they might not be, but who fucking cares? Like, you've been preparing for this, because deep down you know that this isn't serving you. And so I think that you need to understand that there is a way out, and or get rid of that feeling trapped mentality, and understand that, like, you can talk about this conflict. It needs to happen. And I think this is fear. I think you feel like you might not. Oh, man. Or if we're going to read it in your next steps, I'm going to see if I'm going to read it in its reverse, because your next steps I feel like should be beneficial to you. So I think you're in the process, maybe if you want to read it in reverse, releasing yourself from these restrictions and keep going. You might be procrastinating or hesitating to dive into whatever this is, this conflict here. Now is the time. Now isn't the time to stop. You know what you need. You know you need to get out. You know there needs to be some sort of change. There is a mental shift here. And, I don't necessarily see yourself leaving a situation. This could be emotional, but if you are leaving a situation, this is saying, like, that you freaking know that, like, this is washed up. And you're never going to get to a place of loving you the way that you know you need to love yourself. Unless unless you address it. So let's look at the 4 of Cups, clarifying the Page of Wands with your challenge or obstacle here. Like we discussed, the Page of Wands is, with it being your challenge position, it can indicate, like I said, making hasty or impulsive actions before having a plan. Overcommitting yourself. Or it could be the fear of whatever opportunities in front of you. You might be fearing this excitement that you have, this sense of adventure. With the 4 of Cups clarifying that, I think you might feel stagnant. I think this challenge here is you know, I just understanding that you are dissatisfied with what's going on. And I feel like because of that dissatisfaction, you're going to want to rush into things. And I think this is telling you not to. So what this is telling me is like you are dissatisfied, you are feeling stagnant. And sometimes when there's something that shows up, like all of a sudden to like lift your spirits or like generate enthusiasm, you're going to want to fucking run to it or just dive in head first. And I think that is going to be a challenge for you. And I think, especially with the Hanged Man here, it's telling you that you do have time. So nobody likes to feel bored. Nobody likes to feel stagnant. Nobody likes to feel uninspired. You do have inspiration here. You do have some sort of like new kind of fun thing that might be in front of your face, or just this overall feeling that you have of getting ready to leave a situation and feeling free. But I think the challenge here is to understand that just because, like, this transitional, I feel like this is a transitional period, this transition from whatever you're in to wherever you're going, you're going to get impatient. And that sucks because I know that you've been doing some work and I know that you feel ready to just like move on. So just don't overcommit. Just understand that like you have time. There's no rush here. Rushing into something is not going to get you anywhere farther than where you are right now. With your resources, your strengths, we have the Hanged Man. Really, honestly, I think this means that you just have time. You have time to weigh things out. With it clarifying the Knight of Cups as your strength and resource, this might be somebody else. This Knight of Cups, since it's been clarified with the Hanged Man. You know, if this is a relationship, this might be somebody else. This might be a friend that you can hang out with. This might be somebody that you can get out of the house with. Somebody that, not really commiserate, but somebody that you can spend time with that's going to help you maybe weigh your options here. You know, this is a new source of inspiration, and I don't think this is you. I don't think this is you. I think this is somebody else that you're able to spend time with, that I don't know, like I feel like this is just somebody that helps you just buy some time. Honestly, that makes you feel heard. And it's going to help you look at things. They're going to talk to you. I feel like, yeah, this is somebody that's going to just make you feel human again. And utilize that relationship to fight your way through this. Okay? Because what, if that makes sense, like, okay, let's say this is a relationship. Let's say you just broke up, whatever, or you moved out or whatever, or I need to take a drink here real quick. I'm thirsty. You might have a friend that's just like there. Go spend time with each other, have dinner together. You know, maybe like cram some shows or episodes of something that you guys both like, or do something productive. I feel like this is somebody, this isn't you. I feel like this is somebody that's in your life that is able to, that just, they're for whatever reason, they are there right now. They have the time, they have the emotional resource for you to do this. To feel like you can take your time, you can talk it out, you can work through this shit right here. this wanting to just blast through something, or maybe jump headfirst into a situation when you're just deep down you know that it's not the right time, but it's so fucking exciting to maybe be out on your own, to be free again. When I say free, I do mean that, because relationships can tie you down emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever the case is. But I feel like this person is just somebody who, for whatever reason, whether they're always there, or timing has put them into this spot to be able to be a resource for you, for just talking, spending time with, so you're not rushing into shit. Like it's a really, really freaking cool energy to have as a resource, because this person's just like they're with it. They're with you. They're available for you at the right time. And I know that I believe that this is reciprocated. I don't think this is a new person in your life. I feel like this is a person that's been around for a while, that you guys can just kind of pick up where you left off, where you always have a connection. But I see just somebody who's just kind of kicking it with you, and they want you to succeed, but they also are going to talk you through it. So yeah, that's a strength and a resource. You do have time, and you do have somebody else in your life that you can run these ideas through, that's going to listen to you. And they're going to cry with you. They're going to feed you food. You guys are going to do shit together that's going to be pretty fulfilling in terms of just maybe easing your mind or satisfying your soul, making you feel like a human again. We have the moon clarifying your 5 of Pentacles for your potential outcomes or new focus. The moon is talking about dreams, like this intuitive, empathetic self. This kind of goes in, but this is connected to the High Priestess, which is your current energy. The moon talks about aspects of your shadow self, illuminating your dark, self-defeating, and negative traits. And I think that might be why this is highlighting that 5 of Pentacles. And I think that this 5 of Pentacles is not going to be something physical, in terms of it's not going to be something material. Excuse me. I just sneezed. Coughed. It's not going to be something that is actually like for real. It's going to be internal. I think you need to, this is a focus. I think this is a focus. This is not a potential outcome. This is your new focus. I feel like during this process, there's going to be some sort of, You need to examine your self-deception, your fear, shame, explore development with your psychic self, your dream work. And even if you don't understand how to do that, I think that you just need to understand that there are some things to you that need to evolve, or you need to let go of. I think, yeah, that's what this is telling me, is this 5 of Pentacles is something that's actually not a reality. I think it's something that you're going to feel with the moon card here, and you're going to need to do some work, because I feel like this is a journey here. And I know that we're talking about the beginning of April, so whether or not this has come to head or reality right now, I think that you need to understand that the situation that you're in, you've been preparing yourself for. And you know it's coming, and you're ready for it. This conflict's going to happen. You got to just be brave about it, okay? Because you've been preparing yourself for it, and you're ready for it. You've been honest with yourself, and I know that maybe leaving a situation or something that is really part of you is going to be scary, but I think that, it needs to be done. And it's not going to be without exciting experiences. I think that there's stuff that you see that is like 100% like available to you, but you need to understand that You have time, and it's not in your best interest to just jump right into a new situation, whether that be a new job or a new relationship romantically, which is what I get the feeling that this is. But don't feel like just because you're like at a certain age, or maybe because this other person that's part of this whole relationship might seem that they move on, that doesn't mean you have to. I think that there's going to be people that might show you that you can, but you've done too much work with yourself. You know where you want to be, to where you can't just put yourself in that situation. But the good news is I think you're gonna have somebody, you're gonna have a friend, you're gonna have a resource that's like available to you. And this is the coolest fucking thing. People who have the emotional capacity to be there for you are just a blessing in general. And I feel like it's somebody that you guys have been there for each other for. So this is a friend or a relative or somebody that's just emotionally available for you. They have that capacity to just be with you and allow you to process this. But your focus, though, is to really not just stop where you've been, not just stop with the realization that this situation isn't serving you. It's to really kind of continue to deep dive into some of the stuff, these undermining thoughts about yourself. Because you know what, when you leave a situation, sometimes you do feel like a failure. Sometimes you do feel like you're just going to be on your own, or sometimes you feel like the next step isn't going to be as productive, or you're having to take some steps back. But what this is telling me here is that this thing that you are preparing for, that you know needs to leave your life, this isn't the end. Yes, you know that this doesn't work for you. You know how you want to feel. You know how you want to take care of yourself. You know the kind of energy you want to put towards something, and the kind of energy that you want back, that reciprocity that the Queen of Pentacles has. But it doesn't just stop there. There's knowing what you need, and then there's working on yourself to make sure that you're in the right headspace for it. And I think that's what those next steps are. But the cool thing is that you have this person here, which is just going to be a complete blessing to you. And time's a blessing to you. So, really, whoever this is talking to, good job. It's so hard sometimes to sit and ponder about the way something doesn't work in your life right now, especially if it's been part of your life for a long time, and especially if it's something that you dedicated a good chunk of your energy towards. And being able to know that, you know what, I've tried, and I've put my energy towards it, and it's not working. And then not only that, but you've also built up this really good amount of just truth with it. It wasn't just, somebody said some shit to me, now I'm pissed off and I'm leaving. No, this is come over time, and you've given this some thought, and it's not an impulse. It's some work that you've done internally here. But it's not going to stop with this, okay? You're going to move on. You're going to have exciting stuff, and you're not going to feel lonely. I mean, you might, but you're going to have people there, a person there, specifically a person that's going to help you through this, with just not feeling lonely, and you're going to feel heard. But you're going to have to keep working on yourself, because you're going to have to keep working on those things that keep putting you in this position in the first place. You might be somebody that keeps going with the same relationship time and time again, and it doesn't work out. You never really address why. Why do you keep going towards these kinds of relationships? Why do you keep gravitating towards these kinds of people and giving your time to the same kind of person, and it keeps giving the same results? So, anyway. So that's what I have for you, my Cancer friends. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate your time. I really hope this message finds you and can help you. Again, please, I'll take all the support I can get. I really appreciate you watching. Please click subscribe, please share, and I'll keep these videos going here because I really hope to grow my channel. I don't offer any personal readings. The only platform I have right now is this YouTube channel. I do have an email address in my my page description if you have any questions. But other than that, you guys, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later.